Welcome everyone to the Get Real Real Estate channel, where we are going to show you the 5 real estate investing rules simplified. Although investing in real estate is the #1 wealth builder, it certainly is not without its challenges as you're starting out, especially when you are on your own. We made $1 million in mistakes when we started, but fortunately we learned from our mistakes and are now able to help others avoid them. Follow these 5 real estate investing rules simplified and avoid the 5 biggest mistakes that real estate investors make. Rule number 1, know your why. Everyone knows the importance of having a why, but although everyone knows their why, most people do not have a real why. When we started out, our why was simple: our kids, otherwise known as family, the most common why. But what about family? What does real estate investing and wealth building have to do with your family? Because when I started investing in real estate for my family, I wasn't anywhere near my family. My why was to be a stay-at-home mom with my children, but my reality was I was working 20-hour days on real estate deals and never available for them. And it took me 2 years away from my family and facing financial ruin to realize this. My why was too general. A real why is specific and laser focused. It's easy to measure and to refer to so that you can see that you're on track. It can change and grow as you continue to change, grow, and achieve. Ask yourself, why are you investing in real estate? And whatever answer comes to your head, write it down and then ask yourself, why is that important? At least 5 times. This simple exercise made our why crystal clear, but without a real why and focus, I would probably still be spinning my wheels, either lost in confusion or participating in investments that did not purposely serve myself or my family. Rule number 2 is find your focus. In our first year of real estate investing, we completed over 100 transactions using almost every type of real estate investment strategy taught by expensive, fancy schmancy real estate courses that we took. And although we thought we were doing great because we were so active, we had absolutely no focus whatsoever. Like so many investors, we were in love with real estate and the excitement of chasing the deal. And because of this, we had the attention span of a gnat and were slowly sinking into bankruptcy without even realizing it. But even worse, we were sacrificing our family, which was our initial why. After trying every strategy and experiencing financial ruin, as well as almost suffering a mental breakdown, we realized we needed to stop, regroup, pick one strategy, and focus. Focusing allowed us not only to resurrect our entire portfolio, leading us to financial freedom, it also helped us form RPI Education, helping thousands of investors across the globe achieve success in real estate by following our focus systems and real estate investment models. Rule number 3 is having a real financing or financial plan. What happens when you build a house without a solid foundation? Eventually it will sink. Same with your financial plan. If you do not build your financial plan with your end goals in mind, you'll eventually sink and you risk not achieving your goal. For our first property, we used a mortgage agent we didn't vet properly, leading us to almost getting sued. We then used another mortgage broker until we hit a financing wall. And even though we had money, we were not able to qualify for properties because we never created a proper mortgage plan. So we moved on to using OPM, other people's money, and creative financing. As we learned in our expensive courses, which also was a disaster leading to financial ruin and almost losing our personal residence. Needless to say, this was an extremely stressful time in our lives until we regrouped and created a strategic mortgage plan and learned the real use of OPM. The first person you should talk to is a mortgage agent to help you figure this out, but not just any mortgage agent. You need an investor-focused mortgage agent who can view your existing mortgages and assets and identify points of leverage. You need someone to pre-qualify you before you start looking at investments And you need an investor mortgage agent that can create a mortgage plan so you do not become out-leveraged and quickly are able to take advantage of investor-savvy tips like zero-impact mortgages. You also need an accountant, but not just any accountant. You need a real estate accountant to advise you on how to structure yourself so you do not lose all your wealth in taxes. And lastly, you need a private market specialist to educate you on options in regards to self-directing your registered funds. Once you have all of these professionals in place, you'll have a better indication of how to move forward in regards to investing. Rule number 4 is to have a real tax planning structure. To incorporate or buy in your personal name? That is the question. And if one does decide to incorporate, how do you do so? And what does this all mean? You need to put yourself in a position where you're able to design your own personalized structure in which you purchase real estate and create a plan that aligns with your present goals. Because when we were knocking on accountant number 3's door, as well as debt's door, and we were forced to answer the question, why are you structured as a 3-tier corporation? The only answer we could come up with is because that's what we were told to do. Not from an accountant, but from a presenter at an expensive real estate course. And that if we did not do what we were told, we were basically stupid and risked losing everything in lawsuits and taxes. Today, we aim to empower by showing how you can move forward by making the right choice for you. Maybe a 3-tier corporation is perfect for you, but maybe not. Maybe it's a 2-tier or a 1-tier, or maybe you should buy in your personal name. This is a personal decision based on your personal circumstances. So you should not be expected to adhere to an expensive cookie cutter solution. We always advise that you add a lawyer and an accountant to your wealth team so they can present the pros and cons of personal versus incorporating, as well as providing a thorough understanding of different types of corporations. And of course, being as tax efficient as possible. Because the last thing you want to do, aside from ending up in the pen for tax evasion, is losing all your investment earnings in taxes. Rule number 5 is to get a real estate education. In Chapter 3 of our book, Real Estate Mistakes, Education Overload, provides a detailed description of our educational journey. From a free informational session to a $100,000 investment to our learning, we found that we learned too much too soon. The hefty price tag put us in investor overdrive, leading us to our lack of focus and a very hefty credit card, or shall I say credit cards, bills. Education is important, and the number 1 investment you can make is in your learning. However, any training program that you consider should be entered with an eyes wide open approach. It's very easy to get caught up in the hype. Here are some tips to avoid education overload and provide some tips for you to consider when selecting your real estate investment education provider. Tip number 1, don't be influenced by celebrity branding. Tip 2, be aware of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, tactics used as sales techniques. Tip number 3, do not make a rush decision that you'll regret based on scarcity mode and other hard sales tactics. Tip number 4, realize that you'll be upsold in upcoming events and are highly unlikely to learn everything there is to know when completing free or 3-day seminars. Tip number 5, determine your budget prior to attending. And tip number 6, only choose what you can afford and or easily pay back. You need to pick an education platform from people that you want to learn from and are actually experienced investors themselves. It's important to take the time to educate yourself before investing and to seek mentorship to make sure you don't make mistakes. You also want a community that will support you as you continue to maintain and grow your investments. Wealth building never stops. Follow these 5 real estate rules to help guide you along your real estate journey. And remember, the RPI education team is here to support you along the way. We hope this helped. And if you like this video and want more videos like this, show us by giving a thumbs up sign and leaving a comment in the links below. And remember, keep it real.